Hello everybody, this is Sharon from School Corridor. Today I'm going to discuss why every single new teacher starting at your school needs a mentor and the roles and responsibilities of such a mentor teacher. And then secondly, I want to discuss a program and give you a structure that you can put in place almost immediately after watching this video. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for coming into our space. We discuss all ideas and give tips on how you can become the best teacher or school leader that you ever aspire to be. Okay, so the roles and the responsibility of your mentor teachers are threefold. The first one is you have to be an emotional support for your new colleague. Just remember, our new colleagues have all the theoretical knowledge and they have a bit of practical experience because they've been to schools and they did their practical internship at the school. And of course, they spend 4 to 5 hours just designing one lesson plan. Now you're here in the real world and suddenly you have to prepare 5 to 7 different lessons. And of course, you have to deal with learner issues and you have to get used to the staff and deal with staffing issues, deal with parent issues. So it is a traumatic time for our novice teachers. There is so much that they have to learn. There is so much that they have to do. And that is where the mentor teacher is going to play the supportive role. Right, so you're going to give them that emotional support so that they don't become too overwhelmed by all these challenges and all these demands that are facing them. You've been through them all. You know what it feels like and you've got the experience, so you can help them settle in. And once they are settled in, they will fly and they will have you to thank. Okay? The second most important role that you have to play is that of a listener. You have to create a space where you can just listen to the issues that our new colleagues raise about their challenges and how they are coping and whether they're not coping. You just have to listen. You don't have to go into inspection role. You don't have to be judgmental. The idea is just to have a listening ear so that our new colleagues can understand that somebody really has their interest at heart. And so they can be their souls and you can help them climb or jump over those hoops that they are facing. Okay? Then the third role I think that mentor teachers play is that of an advisor. So you are the one with the experience. You are the one who knows exactly how to handle the children, how to deal with parents, and how to strike a balance between your work and your life. And so your younger colleague is going to need that advice. They're going to need to know how to do certain things. And of course, you are not going to be the only one with all the answers. You're going to be like a coach. You are going to point our colleagues in the right direction. There could be other colleagues who are experiencing similar problems and they found certain solutions. And so they can share those solutions with our newer colleagues. Okay? Once they have a bag of tools that they can use to cope with the various demands, you're going to find that life is going to be a breeze for yourself and of course for your newer colleague. So those three are the essential roles or functions that a mentor teacher must play. Now, how do we go about setting a mentoring program at the school? And this is where I'm going to give you a possible model or a structure that you can use. The first thing that you have to do is you're going to have regular meetings with your newer colleagues. Okay? I'm suggesting meet at least weekly or fortnightly at the beginning, and then as our newer colleagues become more comfortable, then you can sort of increase the interval between the meetings. But it's essential that you meet regularly with the newer teacher so that you can hear what are the challenges on the ground and you can intervene almost immediately. Okay, we are aware that teaching is very challenging. You're going to have your own teaching program, your own demands, but let's face it, if you don't have somebody who's supporting you when you're starting something new, you know how difficult it is, you know how agonizing it is. So initially just arrange to have those shorter meetings, and I make them about 15 minutes to 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be long, but make sure that you meet regularly with our younger colleagues. Then the second most important part of the mentoring program is that the novice teacher must set small, achievable, but specific goals, because you're going to use those goals to discuss in the meetings that you have. Right? So you're going to look at the goals and you're going to discuss how far the person has progressed, what are still the niggling points, what are still the problem areas, and then look at how you can possibly help to resolve those issues. And then once those goals have been met, then your mentee can set another one or two smaller goals and work on those goals again. So initially the goals must be centered around, the teaching, the classroom teaching and classroom management, because that is usually the area where most of our novice teachers struggle. How to ensure that the children remain engaged, how to cope with the marking and the assessments and so forth. So yes, other goals can perhaps be added, but one of the goals must at least be about the actual classroom teaching and how to create an environment where the learners learn best. So once you've set your meeting dates and you know that there are goals that are going to be discussed, then how do you structure the agenda? Now, I would advise you that you have a very structured, uniform or standard agenda for all your meetings. Okay? For example, you can have a check-in period where just for 5 minutes you're asking how's it going, what is fun, what is perhaps not so fun, and so forth, or the person wants to share some personal information, whatever, but have that check-in session. Then move on to discussing the goals. So like I said earlier, you'll discuss what kind of progress has been made, what kind of interventions must the person still apply, and so what are the next steps to ensure that those mini goals that have been set are met. If you have any comments or any suggestions, then do drop those in the comments box below, because we'd like to hear from you, and we would like you to subscribe to the channel, because the more we learn together, the bigger we grow.